Welcome back to Ph.D. Pros. I'm Dr. G, and I am here to talk to you about research. And for this episode, I'd like to talk to you about your qualitative data analysis journey. So this particular session is not for the absolute novice. This is for the person that is already out there starting to collect data, and now you're trying to figure out, what should I do with this data? How do I analyze it? So I have a book for you that I feel is incredibly helpful, and I recommend this to a lot of my students and clients as they are starting to conduct their qualitative analysis. It is Qualitative Research by Sharon, Merriam, and Elizabeth Tisdell. It was published in 2016, so it's a fairly recent book, and I've had probably about 25 to 30 people use it and then give me feedback on what they found really useful. So this book is not for those that are brand new to qualitative research. This is for those that are starting to collect their data and they're looking for the next steps. There's a lot of helpful chapters in here. There is, from the beginning, there is some information on designing your research, but then it very quickly goes into your methods and your data analysis process. So and you can see I've used this book a lot, and when I use books a lot, you will know because I write in my books. So if you ever pick up one of my books, you'll know which ones I use a lot. What I thought would help with this in context for you and let you identify whether this would be something useful for you or maybe not for you is to read a little bit of the synopsis in the qualitative data analysis chapter. So in the qualitative data analysis chapter, they have you do this visioning process. So as I read some of this, you may want to close your eyes and picture yourself in this situation. Beginning data analysis during data collection. Picture yourself sitting down at the dining room table, ready to begin analyzing data for your modest qualitative study. In one pile to your left are 100 or so pages of transcripts of interviews. In the middle of the table is a stack of field notes from your on-site observations. And then over here to the right of that is a box of documents you collected thinking they might be relevant to your study. So as we think about that, here you are, you've been out, you've been collecting data, and just picture yourself with this enormous pile in the middle of your dining room table. You review what the purpose of your study is and questions that guided your inquiry. Now, what do you do? Where do you start? Where do you come up with findings from hundreds of pages of data? You begin by picking up and reading a transcript and then another, and you realize you should have asked the second participant something that came up in the first interview. You quickly feel overwhelmed and you begin to feel that you're literally drowning in data. If you ever pictured that for yourself, that you're drowning in data and you don't know what your next step is or where you should go next. In a more enlightened scenario, Merriam and Tisdell tell us, you sit down at your dining room table with nothing more than the transcript of your first interview or the field notes from your first observation, or the first document you collected. You review the purpose of your study, you read and reread the data, making notes in the margins, commenting on the data. You write a separate memo to yourself capturing your reflections, tentative themes, hunches, and ideas, and things to pursue that are derived from that first set of data. You note things you want to ask, observe, and look for in your next round of data collection. After your second interview, you compare the first set of data with the second set of data. So as we pause here in the reading and you're thinking about that, the first scenario, you went out and collected all your data and did that. That was your step. You went and collected data, waited till the end to begin your analysis process. What Merriam and Tisdell are saying in this book and the way that they guide you through your process is to begin your data analysis when you are in the middle of collecting your data. The comparison informs the next data you collected and so on. Months later, you sit down to analyze and write up your findings. You have a set of tentative categories or themes, answers to your research questions from which to work. You're organizing and refining rather than beginning data analysis. So if this sounds like you, I highly recommend this book. They take you through the process of inception into your data collection, starting your data analysis during data collection, so that when you get to the final analysis, you are really ready to begin understanding the themes and categories that have come up and start writing your conclusions. So this particular book is brought to you from Josie and Bass. I have a link for it down below. You can order it from Amazon. It is not incredibly expensive. It is very useful. It is a 2016 fourth edition, so I would anticipate that pretty soon they will probably put out an updated book. I hope you enjoyed that. Good luck on your research journey, and if you would like and subscribe this video, that would be really helpful. And then I really want to help you. So please leave in your comments some ideas of videos that would be helpful for you, what kind of data analysis might be helpful for you, and I will create a future video. Have a great day.